All right, welcome back to the UJ Chevrolet pregame show. Todd Morris with you here on the Bulldog Radio Network, and it's time to sit down with UMS-Wright head football coach Terry Curtis for our pregame interview. And Coach, a week removed from the loss on the road at Viger a couple weeks ago, 30-14. Since we were open last week, we had a chance to all that digest. Where are we with that? What are your thoughts on that game? And if we kind of just pushed it away?
Well, I did learn one thing. It's never a good thing to go into an off week after a loss.
Yeah.
Because you're still thinking about all the mistakes you made and everything else, and you carry it off into the off week. So, the off week was not like if we'd have been 4-0, So I do think we got better. We had a lot of contact, a lot of technique work, a lot of stuff that we're making mistakes with. And simplified a lot of stuff. So hopefully it was a good week, but it seems like, well, I guess it has been like 3 weeks since we played a game. And it really seems like it's been 8 weeks since we played at home.
Yeah.
So I do know the kids are excited to be coming home to play a game. And, you wish it wasn't probably a team of the caliber of T.R. Miller. They're number one in the state in 3A. Coach Hubbard's been a friend for a long time. I knew him since he was a kid, and does a really good job. I was telling some people yesterday, they said, well, he's been at Maplesville, and now he's at T.R. Miller. But Brent Hubbard is a good football coach, and he could coach in any class. Yeah. So it's a good measuring stick here going to our last 4 region games to play somebody like them. They've got great tradition. They're fun to play. I think they're the winningest high school team in the state as far as the school. So, great tradition. So we're excited about playing them, and we appreciate them playing, being a 3A and playing with us. But they have a hard time getting games, too, just like we do. Yeah. So it's been a good game.
So when you look at that, talking about the region, we're 2-1 now, and you look at the region play, we've got 2 huge games coming up in the next couple of weeks with Citronelle and Williamson. How do you not look past this week against T.R. Miller? And because I'm not going to say they all don't count, but this one, out of region game, and you've got 2 probably the more important region games coming up the next couple of weeks.
Well, we scouted the off week, and we went to Williamson and we went to Citronelle. We did not go to, T.R. Miller, but that don't mean we're taking them lightly or anything. But we wanted to see those 2 region opponents, which are next 2, and it looks like they're the, 2 of the better teams in the region. Williamson, I think, still undefeated, and the only games that Citronelle has lost has been to Viger and to Williamson in overtime. So. We're not looking past T.R. Miller. We're going to do everything. We need to win a football game. We need to beat a good team. We're 2-2. Both the teams that beat us is undefeated, and so that says something. But to give you confidence, you need to beat some of these teams. So we need to beat one of these good teams and get on kind of a little roll with a lot of confidence. And that's a big thing with our guys, Todd, is we just got to play like we know how to play with confidence. It's like we kind of look around and say, well, I'm not good enough to do this, or am I good enough to do this, or whatever. But we've played 4 football games now, and St. Paul's is undefeated, and so is Viger. Yeah. So it's time we get over this. Being a young guy, hadn't played, don't understand. I can't do this, whatever. You doing it, and we just got to do it better.
Well, I thought that was evident 2 weeks ago at Viger. The first half, we just what you said, kind of looked like we didn't know what we were doing. The game kind of got out of hand for us there in the first half. Second half, we played a much better game overall. Up front, we played better. I thought we moved the football better, and I think that, like exactly as you said, we've got to see that from the opening kickoff.
Well, you sit there on the sideline, and I told the kids this on Monday. I said, looking in your eyes before that game, some of you I can't say that about, but a lot of you that I knew was going to play in that football game, you had that wild look like, I'm not sure I can do this. Yeah. And then you get out there and you get to playing and you give up a couple big plays, this, that, and the other, then you say, well, I can do this.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's too late.
Yeah.
So, but we did play better in the second half.
And you kind of answered my next question a little bit, but it feels like you've played 4 games and now we get a week off. It's kind of like a fresh start. I mean, here we are. Let's get started. Where are we on the injury side of things now that we've had a couple of weeks or we have anybody back or anything from the previous time before injury or before the open week that anybody's coming back or anything?
Well, we had 3 of them, 3 that we were counting on. William Tanner being the big one who started for us all last year and one of our good defensive players. And he tried to come back during the off week, couple of days, but he's not ready.
Okay.
And Chandler Taylor is getting better. He just hadn't done anything, so he's so out of shape that it's taken him a while. But all the rest of them, Logan Lofton's back, and he'll help us with some depth at tight end, and also Jack Blackerby will still be out for 3 or 4 more weeks if. Hopefully we get him back toward the end, and but really it'll be the same ones that's been playing minus those guys. So even though we had a week to get better, none of those guys are ready to come back.
Okay. So what do you kind of talked about a little bit? What are your thoughts here for T.R. Miller and the next couple of weeks, knowing we've got to have some wins here?
Well, it is like a start. It's again, we get like a preseason game with T.R. Miller, see where we are, and then we go straight for 4 straight region games, and all of them matter. And we need to beat Central Nell and Williamson because you don't want to finish. You have to go on the road in that first round because that's always tough. And we're matched with Region 3, which is Demopolis, and those guys. We kind of know who we're going to be playing. So. It's these next 6 games are going to be big, and especially these next 3.
Yep, very much so, very much so. Well, it is good to be home. Glad to be back at Cooper Stadium and see if we can't, like you said, get a win, get some momentum going here for the last half of the season.
Well, exactly, and T.R. Miller's, they're undefeated. They're number 1 in the state, like we said earlier, and a good football team. And if we still showing a lot of weaknesses, they'll find it. Yep. So it's a good game from that standpoint too.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us here on the UJ Chevrolet pregame show. Always look forward to hearing from you each and every week. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute with more of the UJ Chevrolet pregame show right here on the Bulldog Radio Network, Sports Talk, 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.